You kind of already told us how you're feeling on your way up here, but how are you feeling?
Cloud nine. Man, I needed to ride my ass back to the winner's column. I did. I haven't felt this elated after a victory in man, it feels like since my debut. So I'm up there. I'm high on it right now. I feel good. I feel really good.
Are you feeling that way because you're back in the win column, or because of your performance, or because of who you beat, or is it a little bit of everything?
Definitely the win column. I've been my worst enemy, and I feel like I'm the only one who's defeated myself in the octagon. And so it's been a road to get here. Me and my coaches have had some really long, hard talks, and I felt like I proved a lot to myself and even to Jim's corner, because I know when his ass was blitzing me, they thought that was going to be it, that I was going to fold on that. And so I told my corner in between rounds, he's going down, I'm going up. I'm going to break his ass. I'm not folding. And that was really important to me, to show myself, to show the organization, to show the world that, I'm not just this one-round hitter. And kudos to Jim, because I cracked the shit out of him with probably 4 hard shots that I thought were going to be it. Man, I just try to exercise patience and not getting overzealous to close the show. But he's tough, and I'm extremely proud to get a win over a legend like Jim Miller.
Were there any surprises in there, either for you or for him?
A little bit of his tenacity, I think. I didn't expect him to keep trying to blitz me. It makes sense in hindsight why he would. And I was surprised. Vince warned me that he's got a hell of a head, that he could take a shot. And I believed him, but I always give myself more credit. Like, okay, yeah, your ass couldn't take him out, but I will. And, man, he ate again, 4 hard shots where I cracked him. And I rocked him with it, but wasn't able to put him away. And so I was surprised because I saw myself putting him away over and over again throughout the week. So, I was impressed with that.
If you could credit this, I don't want to say change, but this performance to one thing, what would you credit it to? Self-loathing.
So mad at myself, and I wanted to redeem because I owed it to myself, and I owed it to my coaches, I owed it to my team, my family, everyone who put so much investment in me. And the way I'm losing these fights isn't fair to any of them, and myself. And so the need for redemption, that's what I credit that.
You talked a little bit at Media Day about feeling, when you got to fight day, feeling like, why am I doing this? Did you have that feeling at all?
No, I definitely had that answer before I accepted this fight.
And what's next for you?
Man, a quick turnaround. I'm healthy. I feel good. First time, win or loss. I mean, maybe not first time, but I seem to always have stitches in my eyes. I got those Nate Diaz eyes. Shout out to them. So it's nice having a clear face. It's nice having a healthy slate. And we're active. I'm healthy. I'm in shape. And so I'm trying to roll in another fight pretty quickly. Maybe even looking at the San Antonio card in March. That'd be awesome.
Do you have a name in mind?
No, I don't even. It just depends what timeline, because I want to take my sweet ass back down to 45 and do some damage there. So we'll see.
Thank you.
How much time do you need before you can go back down to 45? Do you need to let your body adjust any differently? Is it just a matter of cutting things out? I mean, how do you adjust back to get into a 45 fighting ready?
Yeah, this cut helped. Obviously, going down to 55 helped because that was an aggressive leap towards the next division. So I would just manage this professionally. I'm not going to act an ass like I normally do right after the fight, and just stay professional. I'm really hungry. I'm really, really hungry. Last year was not the year I wanted to have, and I want to make this year count. So I think moving from here, I could be ready for a 45 fight in 6 weeks.
What qualifies as acting as an ass? Is it just the food? I mean, what do you mean?
I mean, it's debauchery, and we're in Vegas. We're in Vegas, and it's after hours only. I'm not. I can't disclose a lot of that shit, man. This is an open forum.
Well, speaking of, you mentioned, did you ever feel like you folded in the past? I mean, is this something that you had thought about? I mean, is this something mentally that you noticed that you had a tendency to do, or is it just in certain points that you're upset with how you treated it?
Yeah, I felt like at times I'd be too conscious in the action, and I'd have these extremely self-sabotaging thoughts, almost negating the good that I'm doing in the fight. I'm looking at all the bad. I'm absorbing all the bad. I'm not taking punches as well as I give them, is one way of looking at it. And I really needed to turn the corner on that. And I did for a bit. And I'm a master at playing tricks on myself. And so the last couple of fights, I started really getting in my way, where I could see myself winning those opening rounds, but still finding ways to fumble the ball. And just, really self-sabotaging and almost finding ways to lose the fight. And so like I said, I had a really long talk with myself. I had long talks with my coaches. We got our whys in place, and we decided if we move forward, we're going to move forward on the right foot. This opportunity came up. We were ecstatic to take it. I was super hungry. And again, redemption was on my brain, and I wasn't going to fold. And I knew Jim's corner thought I would fold. I knew a few bullshit blitzes they thought they were going to take me out with that shit. And I wanted to make a point to break him, in that second round.
What did you think when he did make those blitzes? I mean, I know obviously you saw him coming, but were they effective in certain points?
I was surprised, with the initial ones, because I was like, oh, okay, he's really going in for it. But once I ate it, I was like, shit ain't shit. Yeah, I got you. And I got the timing on it, and I started seeing his mouth open. I started seeing him breathe heavy, and I started to see it wear on him. And I started to see my shots effect on his face. And so, I really felt like my momentum was building in the fight, which is something I wanted to work on, because notoriously I come out gunslinging, and then I start to fade as the fight goes on. I wanted to show the backside of that.
And we always hear so much about how mentality is such a part of the game, physicality, and making sure your preparation is always a huge thing for what you fighters do. But mentally, were you feeling that at times you were overthinking in the fight? Is that kind of what you were saying before? You were almost getting your way because you're overthinking too much in the fight?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm referring to. I was overthinking. Like my last performance, man, I remember, and shout out to Corntillo, he's outstanding, and I want to take from him what I was lacking in that fight, by any means seizing a victory. And I remember being in that fight and thinking, if you're top 20, I'm top 2. We're not on the same level. But I'm going to find a way to fuck this up. And I've never had a dialogue like that with myself. I don't know where that came from. And that was something I needed to kind of sort out after that fight. But 1,000%, there's the cliche, it's always you versus you. And man, that really resonated to another degree after that fight. And so we had to sort some things out on our end, and in my corner, my coaches. And we got an open line of communication, a lot of trust. And so we were able to work that out. I was able to find my whys. And like I said, I'm really fired up. I'm super eager. And tonight, I'm really proud of that performance. I'm really proud to face someone like Jim Miller.
It's awesome. Congrats on the victory.
Thank you.
It was a great performance.
Alex, back here. You were talking about the self-defeating mind games or tricks, whatever you want to call them, that you were playing on yourself. What's it like to go through that, and why you're trying to fix it? Have these guys who clearly look very proud of you right now, like, to come full circle to this result, beating a guy like Jim Miller?
Man, it's super emotional. I mean, like I said, I hadn't felt a high like that off a victory in a while, because I'm not new to this, But that was important. That meant something to me. It meant something to my team. It meant something to all of us, because some wins, you can catch a quick W, and everybody likes to get in out of there. But some wins, you find something in yourself. You got the breakdown and breakthrough kind of mentality. And there's some times where you leave a piece in yourself here in that cage, and there's times where you take a piece and you grow out of that cage. And tonight we grew. Tonight we grew in a really big way. And so I know my team's really proud. I'm really proud. And man, that's the kind of momentum we want to start this year off.
Gotcha. And there you go. And as far as the move to 145, is that just like just drop down, just fight 145? Or are you looking to go up and down, kind of just pick and choose?
Yeah, opportunities present themselves, right? Jim was a good opportunity, and he's not a massive 55 like like a Makhachev or somebody. So I knew it wouldn't be too overbearing. I didn't want to spend too much time grappling with him because I knew he'd be dense, and I was working my way down to 45 when I accepted the fight. But I do think I'd make a solid 45, and I feel good there. I feel strong there. So again, just based on opportunity, if it's a really short notice fight, I can't jump on 45 that quickly. But if the time's right, yeah, 45.
Congratulations, man. That was dope.
Thank you very much, man.